here is the president of the Independent Bar Association. That's Rafi there, and he's another lawyer from Afghanistan. And we all met in Dubai because it's the place where they can go. So, like learning about, the UAE, United Arab Emirates, and spending time there. This is a mall at the base of the Burj Khalifa. And when you go to the Gulf countries, you go to a mall. When I was going, the first thing I said when I was going to Dubai, I don't want to climb up the Burj. I want to go to the mall, because it's like you just can't even imagine what is. This guy knows, right? The malls that you just can't even imagine, right? Not to shop, just to see the spectacle, right? This is a former student of mine from Kuwait. And so this is, we were in Kuwait with her. She invited us over to give a bunch of talks. And so that's a shot in Kuwait. This is a member of the ministry of Kuwait. And he was actually in charge he was the education minister of Kuwait. And we were going to have a project with him. That's in his office. With Lori and I. It's a little bit shadowed. This is in Qatar. And this is our team. We had a project working throughout the Middle East. And this is a team from all over, but mostly from Gaza and the Palestinian territories. And we're outside the Four Seasons Hotel. And what we're looking at, actually, that's me when I was in a tie. You won't see me in a tie very often. But that's what we're actually looking at from our perspective. This is the Four Seasons Hotel, y'all. Right? It's like you just, I don't know, you can't even, you can't take it in, right? They're Rolls Royces there. Those cars right there aren't, but usually there are. This is me with the Ministry of Education in Pakistan at a conference. This guy is the Minister of Education in Pakistan, and we were going to do a project together and started a project together. And this is the Minister of Higher Education. And so we were working on this project. This is me with Sheikh Hamosa in Qatar. So she's the wife of the emir, but she was actually more powerful than the emir. I had a project with her, and so nobody gets to meet the sheikha, man. You know what I mean? So I have a funny story about that, but I'm not going to tell it. And here's a team. Of Palestinian students from all over that we had a project. This is Lori, and I'm giving you this because I want you to just feel where I'm coming from on this. This is a team of Qataris, women that we were working with on a project, and so this is Lori just having brainstorming sessions for the project, right? This is some of the team members that we were working with in Qatar. And here's another woman who was on our team in Qatar with Lori. And these are friends. And we were at their house, stayed at their house in Qatar. And this is the view from two different hotels, man. This is Qatar is it's almost like it's an amazing, you just can't, it's hard to put it into words, right? But, this is my view outside. The one was the Ritz and the other is the Four Seasons, I think, right? And the Qataris, all in the Middle East. When we were in Iraq, we were there at Christmas time. We were in Dubai at Christmas time, and I was in Qatar in 3 or 4 different Christmas times. There's always Christmas trees. The Qataris are we don't do that here. We don't accommodate for people in other religions. But everywhere you go, there's Christmas trees. At this hotel where we stayed at with Bassem, where Bassem had us stay. We walk into the hotel and there's a Santa Claus that sings to you as you walk in. It's motion censored, right? It sings, I don't remember what it was singing, but I think it was Jingle Bells or something. But this is, when you talk about right now at the World Cup, if you're paying attention, people talk about being at the souk. This is the souk. This is the market. And it's not. It looks like an old market, but it's actually not, because the Qataris tore down the old market and they rebuilt it to look like an old market. But anyway, this is Lori and I just kind of walking around. But everywhere you go, Christmas, people are accommodating, right? We went and I met. This is Nadal and this is Federer. And Federer, we were sitting right next to if you're a tennis fan, so. Funny story, I'll tell this, that Federer actually, the ball came over right in front of us. And when he came to get the ball, he looked up and we were there. And we had met him the night before at dinner And so it was like, whoa, really intense, right in the middle of his match to say hi to him. But anyway, this is us at Al Jazeera, right? And this is me to say, like, you know, here's, you know, Lori in a bathing suit, right? Like, it's just like, this is Qatar, right? So we have this idea that, you know, it's so conservative, and it's just in a bathing suit, you know what I mean? It's okay, right? And here we are, me smoking the hookah, and Lori drinking beer, right? So it's like, yeah, there is alcohol, you know what I mean? Like, people are drinking alcohol, right? I mean, you can just drink it everywhere, but of course there's alcohol. My God, there's alcohol. Anywhere you have money, you have alcohol. That's the nature of it. And you have hookahs in the Middle East, so that's the nature of it. Smoking the hookah. And here's some shots from Iraq, right? This is a friend of Basim's. We're having a conversation in a mall, a really nice mall. He's my friend too. He's Lori's friend. He's all of our friends now. But this is Basim's mother and his sister-in-law. And if you remember Basim's story, that his house was bombed, his brother's house was bombed also. And his brother lost his life. And that's his brother's wife. And so Lori and I went to meet Basim's mother because of course we did. And she cooked for us. And it was the most amazing meal I've ever had in my life. Just really lovely, right? And this is Lori in Iraq on live television before we gave a talk. And this is a market in Iraq. This is like the markets in the souk in Qatar. So when you think about Qatar, right? So as we're talking about, when you think about the Middle East, like this is, you just go up and down. And the sweets, man, you just can't even imagine the amazing sweets, you know. And, you know, here we are in another mall in Iraq. I mean, just this amazing spot. This Lori and Basim walking. I just took a shot. And this is Basim and I getting ready for Social 119 from his house, from his apartment in Iraq. So we were there and we had class, and so he and I did a class together sitting on his sofa, which was pretty awesome. Okay? So that's a little bit about, to tell you that I have a lot of experience in the Middle East, okay? I have a lot of friends in the Middle East. I have a lot of friends in average people, and I have friends in really high places, okay? So, and I met people in really high places, right? Like the Queen of Qatar. Like, you know, please. That's like, so I have a window into this, and I want to figure out what's going on, right? So we're going to start with Basim. Let's start with there's a lot of criticism of the Qataris right now because homosexuality is illegal. Okay? And it's illegal, and it can be punishable by death, even though it's not punishable. What's your first thought on that? Like, where's your mind go?
I mean, like, so I'm bisexual, and I have a lot of, like, family and friends, obviously, who are gay. I don't really even know, because I've been in a safe place where I don't have to imagine, like, dying because of who I am.
Let's just say thrown in jail.
Thrown in jail. I don't really, it's almost unreal to me. I don't really like, I know that it's real and it's obviously a problem, and it always disturbs me that it exists, but also like, it's sometimes people, it's like their religion, and I don't think that that's necessarily like a good thing, but I don't really know how I don't want it to be a law. Essentially, that you can't be gay. But I'm not going to go around and be like, oh my gosh, your religion sucks because you think that gay people are bad. But I don't think you should punish people for something that is against your religion.
Okay,
sort of.
And so for here, in Christianity, by the way,
Yeah.
I mean, many Christians have opened up and shifted how they think about it, but there's a large swath of the Christian population here in the United States that would
Absolutely.
the same thing,
Yeah.
right? It should be punished. People should be punished.
Oh,
You
yeah,
should
I see
be
videos
punished.
of that all the time. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we should kill them all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, but yet that's it's a pretty small slice,
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
at this stage of the game.
Yeah.
Do you, Ahmad, how do you think about that? How do people think about that in Kuwait? Like, how do average Kuwaitis think about it? Not like your opinion, but do people talk about the fact that, oh yeah, it's illegal? Is it like is it a thing? Is it swept under the rug? Is it a topic of dinner table conversation? It's like where and how is it talked about?
No, not in public, but like they talk privately amongst like each other, but they don't like talk about it in public a lot. But if they see something in public, they will not like be quiet about it, of course.
So how do you know when you see something, right? Because it's so common for Arab men, for example, to hold hands, right?
Yeah, holding
Like
hands.
here, wait, is there an Arab? Who's Arab? Wait, dude, can you just? I'll use you. You just hop up. You're Arab. So like one of the things that you really notice. So if he and I are walking down, if we're in like Qatar, okay, hang on, yeah, hold on. If he and I are walking down the Corniche together, we could be, walking like this, and we could be walking like this. Like it's really common. Do you walk with your friends like that?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like gay.
Yeah, right. No, exactly. But
Yes. No, it's not gay to like hold hands like this because
yeah.
you're with your friend.
You're with
But-
your friend.
yeah.
But how would I know if you and your friend are gay? Like here, mostly in our culture, if you saw Ahmad and I holding hands, if we were walking down College Avenue holding hands, you'd assume we're gay, right? Am I right in that?
Yes, I think so.
You would assume if you saw us holding hands, here we're just holding hands, dude. Awesome, man. Thanks for holding my hand.
Yeah.
So if we were walking, if you saw me and somebody else holding hands, you would assume we're probably gay.
Yes, I would.
But at home, you wouldn't.
Sometimes, like no, it differs from like person to person.
Okay, so what's the difference? Like,
Like
because first time I was in Qatar and I went like to the, I knew this anyway, but I remember just being at the souk or whatever, and I saw all these dudes holding hands. I was like, wow, it's a country of gay dudes. You know what I mean? So like,
no,
what?
But like it's different because
How would we hold hands if we were gay?
no, I don't know. Like
Well, you wouldn't see it. You wouldn't know.
yeah, I didn't like see it, but like it's obvious because with your friend you can like okay, just like a little
Yeah.
bit, and then you just let go.
Oh
But,
yeah, I
like,
got you.
But they keep on.
I
holding
got
on
you.
Everywhere they go.
I got you. So I used to have my mentor was from Lebanon, and every time we'd walk across campus, this is like in the early '80s, he would grab me by the arm like this. How would he do that? He'd like hold my hand and grab my arm like this, and we would walk. And he was really short, and we would just walk like that. And it took me a while to get used to it, and then I finally was like, oh, this is pretty awesome, man. Like they would just walk around. Okay.
Yeah, it's common for like they hold hands in that way, or also like that,
Like this. Yeah. Yeah, you would hold hands like that. He used to do that too.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude. Pro, do you have any thoughts on this? By the way, Bassam, I don't know if you didn't see any of that, did you? Are you watching the...
I'm visualizing what's happening.
All right. me and Ahmad were just holding hands. You got it. You know.
Yeah, I know.
You're Arab. You got that. Do you, by the way, Bassam, do you hold... You and I don't... We haven't held hands, right? Like, we don't... I don't see you do that. Do you do that with your friends sometimes?
No, I don't.
Do you have this issue of homosexuality and how Qataris?
Yeah, I heard about it. People are protesting like the like Western teams during the games, they kneel down, right?
Yeah.
I think they're protesting this
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts about that? It's like it. What do you think about the Qataris in this issue?
Well, I think it's a religious-based country. It
Yeah.
have their own laws, and then it just I would say unpolite to, it's like you're in somebody else's house giving out your opinion, not respecting their way.
Okay, so if you're in somebody else's house, you should just kind of follow their customs.
Yeah, I think it's like, they have their rules, you're in their place. Maybe respect their tradition or laws, local
Okay.
laws. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. That's why I always eat with chopsticks in Korea, by the way.